Welcome to Break the Board Sports. We're looking into big night, college football Saturday night. Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia. What a weekend of football it's going to be. We're going to throw you some trends, some handicapping tools. Again, Break the Board Sports is all about helping you become a better handicapper. Yes, we offer picks on our site. You can get $1.37 a day, all the picks, blah, 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 blah. BreakTheBoardSports.com. But we're more focused on trying to help you become a better handicapper with the time you have around your normal job to break down games. Click that like, hit subscribe. Let's get into it right now. We're going to start with Penn State hosting Oregon. It's going to be a whiteout. Man, is it going to be a raucous crowd there at Beaver Stadium Saturday night. Right now, Penn State sets as a 3.5-point favorite. You're over under 53.5. Now, let's open up with the betting splits. Oregon getting overwhelming amount of love. I think that's created by the hook, the -3.5. Right now, Oregon, 68% of tickets, 62% of the handle, compared to Penn State, just 32% of tickets, 38% of the handle. The over-under, 53.5. Again, people leaning towards the over. We always talk about that. Public loves overs. 69% of tickets to the over, 64% of the handle to the over. When you flip over to the under, only 31% of bets, 36% of the actual handle money going towards the under. So back to the splits for just a minute. Again, it's Friday. You're getting this around 2:30 Eastern time. Really important that when you look at this, you say, okay, where's the money going to move? You may see it move a little bit on Saturday. Check your betting splits. Tune in. We may have another short on it. I don't think you're going to see this hit 3. I think it's more likely, even though all the money's going on Oregon, I think it's more likely you see it go to 4. Here's why. The line hasn't moved, and yet all the money is going on Oregon. I think the books want Penn State. They feel very comfortable with Penn State. We're giving Penn State out as a money line play, -$1.70. I know it's a little high, but I just think Penn State gets this thing done and finds a way across the finish line. Oregon, I know they played in the Horseshoe a couple years back, went there and got a win. There is nothing like a Penn State whiteout if you haven't been there before. Also, Penn State, this is probably the best team they've had since the 80s. Quarterback Drew Aller. That defense is electric. Now, Oregon's played very well, but I got questions on the offensive side of the ball. I know Dan Lanning's a master motivator. I know he's going to have the Ducks ready to play, but this is just a much different environment than playing the Oregon State Beavers here. I like Oregon all year long, but not in this spot. I lean towards Penn State. Now, a couple trends. Again, this is all about helping you become a better handicapper. We give you some trends to help you pick your own side. Yes, we're on Penn State money line, but let's see if some of these trends help you and favor you to help you maybe go a different way or follow us. Again, click that like, hit subscribe. Oregon 8-0 straight up their last 8 on the road. They've been lights out overall. Oregon 18-1 their last 19 games overall. 5-2 ATS over their last 7. Now, Penn State, they haven't been very good against the spread. 1-4 ATS their last 5. That's why we love money line and not the -3.5. I just don't want to get caught with that. Penn State 16-3 straight up their last 19 games. 6-0 at home. Now, overs, and again, we saw the money kind of lean towards that over. The overs have been playing very well for these two teams as well. The over has hit 7 of the last 10 for Penn State and 5 of the last 7 games for Oregon. So a lot of over trends that you're seeing. Now, these two teams, as far as a head-to-head standpoint go, as far as Big Ten, last year, December 7th, they played at Oregon. Oregon got the win 45-37. But again, feel like those were two different teams. Felt like that Oregon team was better. This year, I feel like Penn State is better. Again, that was a different environment for Penn State going to Eugene. I think the same is going to hold true Saturday night. Again, we talked about Oregon, 14-1 over their last 15 games. If you've been following that trend, you're up 13.5 units, only about a 4% return on your investment. If you like Penn State to get out to the fast start, around $1.50 money line for the first half. That first half money line, Penn State's hit that 7 of their last 9 games at home. That would put you up 6 units. First quarter money line, if you say, no, I like Oregon. If you take them first quarter money line, you're actually getting plus 120 at FanDuel They've hit that 10 out of the last 13 games. That would put you up 8 units overall in that one. Now, slow start, over under, setting at 11.5. I think it's kind of hard to see an under with that, but I guess I could see it. I'm just scared about the 2 touchdowns. But Penn State games at home, they've hit their first quarter game total under 7 of the last 9. That would put you up 5.12 units. Again, we talked about Oregon, that first half money line. You can get it plus 120, actually a plus 135 at Caesars on the money line. 13-2 the last 15 games for the first half. 7.65 units you would be up. If you say, hey, I like Oregon to cover the first half spread, but Penn State to pull away, the first half spread's been very good to Oregon. They've hit 11 of the last 15. If you've been following that, you'd be up 6.15 units on that one. Again, triple unit for me and the team here at Break the Board Sports, triple unit Penn State money line. I just love that side. I love the way it plays out. Again, James Franklin, I've been his biggest critic about him not showing up in big games. If they want to win a national championship, it needs to start against Oregon. That's the true test. They've played some powder puffs, nobody of substance. This is going to be a big game for both teams, but I think Penn State, whiteout, Saturday night in Beaver Stadium, gets the win. The second big game, and again, Saturday night, Penn State, Oregon, Alabama, Georgia. You can't get any better. Click that like, hit subscribe. Alabama visiting Georgia. Alabama 6-3 ATS their last 9, 14-6 straight up their last 20. Against Georgia, Alabama's fared very well. 9-1 straight up, 4-1. 9-1 straight up the last 10, 4-1 ATS the last 5 games against Georgia. Really, Alabama's had their number, but that was Nick Saban days. Kalen DeBoer, not so much. Georgia's got the upper hand. Georgia 7-1 over the last 8, but just 1-6 ATS their last 7. Georgia win games, but covering's a whole different deal. Now, look, here's a big one. Alabama's got to go into Georgia. Georgia has won 20 straight games at home. This line opened 4.5. It's came down to a flat 3. Right now, 20% of bets. Now, these betting splits are very important. Listen to what I'm about to say. 20% of tickets on Alabama, but 62% of the handle. 80% of tickets, Georgia, only 38% of the handle. When you have less tickets, more money, typically that's your pros. When you have more tickets, less money, that's your little average Joe's guys. Over under 53.5, 77% of tickets, 71% of bets to the over, compared to just in the 20s for the under. 23% of tickets to the under, 29% of the handle. So definitely seeing some stuff here. Pros like in Alabama, which is why I think you've seen that line drop from 4.5 down to a flat 3 now. It'll be interesting. Does it go below 3? I think you're actually going to see it go up to 3.5 by the time we get to kickoff here in this game. But last year, Alabama 41-34 got the win. They've won the past 2 years, 41-34 and 27-24. Georgia 33-18 back in 2022. Again, Alabama has absolutely owned Georgia. As far as I look at it here in this one, Alabama, they've hit the first quarter money line. If you want them on the money line, they're plus 110 at DraftKings on the money line for the first quarter. They're 8-2 with that. The last 10 games put you up 4 units. Again, Georgia on the money line for the game, it's down as low as $1.48. They've hit that 7 of the last 10. That puts you up 4.25 units. The under for Alabama for the game total has hit 4 of their last 6 on the road. Remember, under, all the bets are going to the over. Books are going to need the under. The fact Alabama's 4-2 their last 6 road games, that helps you there. As far as Georgia, though, when they're at home, the game total over. 6 of their last 9 games have went to the over, would put you up 2.7 units on that one. Couple other trends here. Georgia on the money line for the first half typically hasn't gotten off to those good starts. For the first half, they're minus $1.30 right now, plus 120 for the Crimson Tide. Georgia has only hit the first half money line 3 of their last 10 games. If you've been following that, you'd be down 14 units. 14 units you'd be down. Not very good. And they've only covered the first half spread in 1 of their last 14. That would put you down 12.61 units. Alabama, though, on the road, we talked about that, 1-5 over their last 6 games on the road. If you did that money line, of course, they've had some high money lines, but you'd be down 40 units. Pretty incredible when Alabama gets away from home. Look, Alabama's owned this series. We've talked about it at length. I want to believe in Kalen DeBoer. I think Alabama's got the more talented roster to a degree. I've had questions about Gunnar Stockton. Those were answered against Tennessee. Not saying Tennessee is a great football team by any means. I just think Georgia and Kirby Smart are the team to play. And listen, the fact that everybody's on Alabama, give me Georgia money line. I know I sound like a big square. Penn State money line, Georgia money line. I get it. I'm a square this weekend. But here's the thing. You have also trendy dogs with fleas, and those are Oregon and Alabama. When money is rolling on these dogs and they're popular dogs, I want no parts on them. Public very rarely bets dogs, right? They bet favorites and they bet overs. The fact that everybody's on the dogs in this one and these lines are getting driven down and that Oregon line has been freezed all week despite almost 70% of tickets and money going to Oregon, give me Penn State money line for a triple unit. Give me Georgia money line for a single unit. And let's roll into Sunday with some cash in our pockets. Again, I'm your boy, RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe, breaktheboardsports.com, where our goal is to give you betting trends and analysis to help you become a better handicapper. God bless and happy handicapping.